giving interviews talking about Dr. Dre beating on her. So when that was happening, I was like, this is leading up to something. I already knew it. I was like, she waited until Straight Outta Compton came out and it became a huge success, and to be like, oh, but he's a horrible monster. He used to beat the crap out of me. So like, something's coming. When she announced the movie, I was like, yes. I can't wait.
She claimed that they went to her for the movie. That's what she claimed.
Yeah.
To tell her story.
But at the time she was doing the interview, she would have already known. She's like, they were wrong for cutting her completely out of Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, that was so wrong.
It was so deliberate too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's like, they had a full-blown 10-year-long relationship. They had a child together, and she was very much a part of that whole NWA, Ruthless Records scene, all of that.
Yeah.
But Dre, that scene when she was lying in bed and he got in bed drunk and he started hitting her for completely no reason.
I can't.
It got to me, and the way he treated her in the studio when he was trying to get her to sing, it was like my heart was like, oh my god, like don't hit her no more, please. But
I wanted to get in the TV and beat the out of him.
Yeah, and you want to shake her like, girl, leave him.
And she even talks in the given that she's talking, part of the movie, she's talking to the camera. She even said herself that she should have left, but she just doesn't know why she didn't. And it's like, I respect the honesty, but at the same time, it's like, how stupid can you be?
But she was taught, if a man hits you, it's because he loves you, and if he hits you, you've done something wrong, you gotta fix it. That's a horrible thing to teach a 9-year-old girl, but that's what she was told.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that's gonna affect your adulthood, and people are now outraged at Dre, and they're like, we're not going to support, I don't mean to laugh, but they're like, we're not going to support Beats by Dre. Everyone's like, you're $700 million too late.
I have some. Dang it.
Ain't no way about throwing no $300 headphones.
Well, they were a gift, so.
You. No, I'm talking about.
I was like, I have some. I was like, oh shoot. But
yeah, those are listen, those are perfect quality headphones.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing.
$300 for some headphones. I am not throwing them out. I'm sorry, I'm not. So people are all shocked about this now. I'm like, I've been knew Dr. J was abusive.
Yeah. Well, I always knew he was a really big raging alcoholic back then, but I never followed along with the stories about him being abusive towards women. But definitely seeing it in Michelet's biopic that just brought it to a whole new spectrum. Yes, it was just yeah, even she broke down on set seeing that scene where he punches her, and I couldn't even imagine reliving that. That's unfortunate. That's so sad.
And he was threatening to sue over this, and she basically like, boy, bye. It's true. This happened. So who are you trying to
I don't get how he could deny it now when he knows that he's been open about it back in that time. He was open about the abuse that he was with women. He even came out with an apology towards
apology. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest apology.
It wasn't.
And he didn't say anybody's names, but
he still openly admitted to being an abusive guy.
I would have been. I mean, it wasn't even prior to the abuse. Just the fact that he already had mad babies by married women by the time they started dating.
Oh my gosh, I know.
A lot for me. And he didn't tell her until literally the baby's being born, the third baby's being born. He's like, I gotta
yeah, they were
pregnant,
6 more. Yes, that was crazy. Holy
and then Suge, she said Suge only hit her one time. Still one time too many. A little bit surprising to me. Suge was like a terrifying person. I would have never dated somebody like him.
Oh, heck
But
no.
he came in like the knight in shining armor when Dre left on tour, and he left Michelet and the baby in the house with no lights and no food.
Yes.
And she had no options but Suge. He comes with the groceries and he's being all like, knight in shining armor.
I was like, what?
And that was all just an act to lure her in, and it worked.
Yeah, he played her hard with that whole marriage, and oh gosh, that was crazy.
Oh, and I want to give a quick shout out to Chris. Hey Chris, I see you in the chat.
Hi
Chris
Chris
is going to be having his own podcast on KBOP as well that you can check out on Friday nights. But and there's another thing that people wanted me to talk about this movie. There was literally a 30-second scene in this film that really got to people, and it was the scene with Tupac and Suge and Michelet in the studio. You know which scene I'm talking about?
No, which one?
Tupac was speaking to Suge about
Oh, yes.
He was like, listen, I made you. You ain't nothing but a broke. I started like he just went off on him.
I was like, what the heck?
And Tupac said nothing, and he just walked away. And all people did not like that. They was like, I refuse to believe Suge Knight punked Pac like that. I refuse to believe it. And I don't know what the point of that scene was. I really don't.
I don't
you know, people are so protective of Pac and his legacy, and to put a scene like that in the movie that had absolutely nothing to do with anything. I just didn't get it. You know what I mean? And of course, there's going to be a stretch for people to believe that.
That shocked me too when I watched that. I was like, that. I don't think that's exactly how that played out, but
like, who knows? Like, to me, like Suge, like I said, was crazy, and he was capable of a lot of things. So I mean, who really knows how Pac and Suge spoke to each other behind closed doors? But I do find it hard to believe that he was able to punk him in a room full of people and he just walked away like.
And the fact that he was punking him about his own like what was it like putting his own like artistic spin on things. It was like I kind of highly doubt that Suge was telling him he couldn't. Like I don't know. And we heard the records that Tupac came out with. A lot of them were completely original in his. So I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. So people didn't like. They did not like that scene, and they're questioning the accuracy. But she had that put in there, and she's saying that she's seen these things, but I don't know. Things are always dramatized.
Oh yeah.
In these films.
On the movies, yeah.
But but yeah. So other than that, though, the movie was definitely well acted. It's definitely one of Lifetime's better biopics that they've done in recent years. So. The girl who played Michelle, she nailed it.
Oh my gosh!
People thought that was her mouthing the words.
No, she learned how to talk like that. It was crazy.
I was like, how is that possible? Because when she talks in her regular voice, like she sounds like me. I want to see if I can get a Okay, of course now my phone's moved so. But anyways, she nailed that performance. So I thought it was so dope. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I suggest anyone to watch this movie who hasn't, and it definitely did, like Danny said, it makes you like look at Dre in a different way, definitely.
I just want to play this clip of the actress talking about this movie just real quick, if I can.
I've been getting a lot of questions, people asking me how I was able to mouth all of the words that Michelle said in the movie, but I just wanted to clarify and let people know that I did the voice myself. That was a big part of booking the role for me, stepping outside of myself and just transforming myself to become Michelle. So, just wanted to clear that up for you guys.
Like that was all her. She was like, I can't take that from me. That was all me.
That's crazy.
Alright guys, so we're going to get into some more music here. We're coming towards the end of our show. We're going to get into some more music. And then we have a round of fact or fiction I'm going to play with Anissa and you guys in the chat when we come back. Thank you so much for listening to The Lounge on KBOP, greatest podcast station in the nation. It's D. Marie Love and
Anissa Nicole.
Images of you in my mind replay all the time. Memories of us two replay on rewind. Everybody telling me to move on, but I can't. This ain't what I was made for, and this ain't what I'm built for. Loving you was better, but all the problems drift away. Desire. was perfectly fine. This ain't what I'm built for. And this ain't what I'm made for. Loving you was better than anything, baby. But all the problems drift away. Desire, desire, desire. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. I wish that you were here with me, baby. Desire,
I was just calling to let you know that I can't do this anymore. It's becoming too much for me. So I gotta let you go. Bye.
all I could seem to do is ask why did you have to leave my side? I never meant to make you cry. Guess what I'm really trying to say is give me one last try.
So we can try and get things back like how they used to be. Tired of saying used to be. You see, I'm not the same. You be dealing with a new with me, cause I'm done with the foolery. It came back with a eulogy, letting you know that the old me is dead and gone. I was wrong and I can admit that, babe, I made a mistake. And just to prove you all I want, I'll do whatever it takes. So you know I'm not trying to stunt. You hit the gas, I'll ease up off the brakes. That means I'll trust the fact that your love is real and not fake. It's no longer up for debate. What I require is you loving me all night and all day. I'm not a liar, good alone, but together we can be great. I'm on fire, cause without your love I'm burning, just yearning, singing about my desires.
And we're back. It's the Lounge on KBLP. What you just heard was Desires by Malik featuring our boy Dre Zounds. And now I see you guys have continued the discussion about Surviving Compton in the chat. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stubbed myself.
So we've talked about the debacle that is the Bruce Lee biopic already, but luckily we have another one that's coming that's being produced and funded by his family. So hopefully it will actually be about Bruce Lee this time.
I'm sure it will.
And he won't be a secondary character in this old movie. The nerve of Hollywood sometimes, I tell you,
Right?
the nerve. And then we had the Straight Outta Compton, now Surviving Compton, telling two sides of the same story, but you notice that the third side is always his, hers, and the truth.
Exactly.
And now there's still a lot more biopics that we want to come. I think we've talked about this before, but what would you say has been some of your favorites in the past? Somebody has mentioned in the chat already one that I love. There's been so many, but someone, since we're talking about Surviving Compton and the whole abuse thing and overcoming it, I have to say, What's Love Got to Do With It is one of my favorite biopics. The Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Tina Turner and Ike Turner. And I just loved the scene where, you know, he was beating her up for so long, and the scene where she just kicked his ass at the end of the limo. I was like, yes! Finally, he gets a fight.
Yeah. Let's see. I liked 8 Mile and Get Rich or Die Trying.
You know, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because 8 Mile...
It's
both
kind of
of
like
those movies is not technically
a biopic, yeah, but it's supposed to be based off of their life.
Loosely,
yeah.
Which one do you like better, Get Rich or 8 Mile? It's a tough one, huh? Because they were both really well done.
They're really good. Oh gosh. Honestly, I think Get Rich or Die Trying.
Get Rich or Die Trying was really good.
Yeah,
I was
that's
impressed
shocking
with that
because
movie.
I'm like in love with Eminem, so that's really shocking. But I also love 50 Cent.
I like
but
8 Mile because I just like the battles.
Yeah,
I just like
you know
the
what?
battles.
Yeah,
They were so entertaining.
Yeah.
And I thought Eminem, you know, he's not an actor, but he did well in that role.
Oh yeah,
I
he
think
did.
It was a little bit easier.
Yeah,
for him.
and 50 Cent like acts now.
And
Curtis Jackson, he's like a full-on actor.
He is a full-blown actor,
Yeah.
and you know,
Really
Eminem.
good, too.
8 Mile had Brittany Murphy, who's no longer with us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Unfortunately, and Kim Basinger, who I love. I love Kim Basinger. I think she's hot. So it was not in that movie. She was a hot mess in that movie.